Alright, what is up guys? Back with another video. Today, I'm going to be doing a how-to 180. So, I'm going to do a couple 180s and I'm going to break down the trick. So, just going to do it on flat ground. How to flat 180. Do a couple for you real quick. Alright, so that's the normal way that I spin. I'm left foot forward and I spin to the left, which is goofy. And I do not recommend learning 180s that way, because once you get farther in your BMX career, you'll realize that it kind of sucks for other tricks, but it is what it is. If you end up riding goofy, it's fine. Like, you can still ride, I still ride, you can still do a lot of tricks, but when you're first learning, just really like whatever you're comfortable with. If you're comfortable being left foot forward and it feels right to spin left, then go for it. Like whatever feels right to you. So you want to know like what foot forward you are. So if you're left foot or if you're right foot, and if you're right foot forward, you would naturally want to spin to the left, and then if you're left foot forward, you would naturally want to spin to the right. But you could do it really whichever way feels comfortable for you. If you want to spin right and you're right foot forward, that's fine. If you're left foot forward and want to spin to the left, that's also fine. That's how I do it. I'll demonstrate. I'll ride switch foot, do regular 180, and then I'll do regular foot opposite 180, and then I'll do switch foot opposite 180. I'll try to do all of them for you, and then I'll break down exactly how to do the trick. Alright, so that one was regular. I'll do switch foot regular 180. And then now I'm going to do just opposite 180 regular foot. Now this one is the hardest out of the four, the opposite foot forward to opposite 180. So it's both double opposite, opposite foot, opposite 180. Try to get it. The cab was a little sketchy, but I'll take it. Alright, now I've shown you all the 4 different ways that you can do 180s. Now I'm going to break it down of exactly how to do it. So, you want to have like a decent speed. You don't need to be going super fast, but you also don't want to go too slow, because if you're just barely moving, it's going to be a lot harder to get that spin around. It might be like, I learned this trick when I was probably, damn, all these fucking loud cars, man, interrupting me. It's fucked up, yo. Anyways, like when I was like 11, 12 is when I learned my first 180 flat, and it was definitely sketchy. I'll try to see if I can find a video and put it in here, but yeah, it wasn't the cleanest, but it's not gonna be clean when you first learn it. It's just trial and error. You just gotta keep doing it, do it as much as you can, and eventually like start trying them off of stuff, like off of ramps and whatever. And so what you want to do is have a decent speed, and you kind of want to like carve into it a little bit, and like probably get like a good like 30-degree turn, and then you want to like kind of do like a J hop. You want to like lift up your front part of your bike, lift up your front wheel, and like kind of suck your body up, and then pull it into you and suck the back end up so it comes up, and turn your head. The most important part of a 180 and really any spin trick is you want to look over your shoulder the whole time. So you want to, whichever shoulder, your left, your right, whichever way you're spinning. If you're spinning right, obviously look over your right shoulder. Spinning left, look over your left shoulder. And so yeah, you just want to like get that nice little carve, get that pop, and like suck up your legs, and like kind of bend your knees like this, and just look over your shoulder completely, and just spin your body, and the bike will come with you. Like you just have to kind of have to like do it in like sections a little bit. Like when I was learning it, I would just like kind of land 90, and then all right, now I gotta just maybe go a little bit faster and look over my shoulder more. Like the main part is you want to be looking over that shoulder the whole time. You want to look where you're landing. You want to look where you're spinning at. So if you're spinning a 180, you look to the 180 and you will spin that way. If you look and you pull the bike with you, you will get the 180 around. So I'll show you a couple like kind of trial and error things that I feel like might help you, because this is how I learned it. I remember just like, all right, getting the 90. All right, now I just gotta kind of tweak it a little more, maybe add a little more speed to it. So I'll show you like the beginning stages of 180. So like, yeah, you want to get like a nice little carve like this, and then just lift up. You can like hop off the bike if you need to. So it's all about that carve. If you get the carve and the pop, you can just spin it right around. And another thing I would recommend too is knowing how to fakie, or at least trying to learn them at the same time. Because if you don't really know how to fakie and you're trying 180s, then it's going to be really hard to roll out of it. And like what I did is I would just like go to my local skate park and just go up the quarter and just fakie and just try to go as far as I can. I used to just like fakie around the whole skate park. That's like all I would try, is just straight up fakies. That's why I got so good at them, because I would just do them all the time. And you know, if you're a beginner, like you might want to invest in a coaster. I personally would prefer cassettes, but if that helps you to learn 180s, then go for it, and then you could always switch to cassette after. But I think it's better to just learn on cassette, because then that's the harder one to learn on, and so then coaster is going to come way easier. So you just got to kind of learn it on the cassette first, learn it the hard way, and then if you end up riding a coaster, fakies are going to be like fucking nothing. Like, it's going to be easy peasy. So yeah, you just kind of want to like carve the 180 and do a J-hop, which a J-hop is you lift up your front wheel and you kind of like lift up on the back and like pop it up. I'll demonstrate a couple of good bunny hops for a 180. So you want to have like a good hop down. Oh, I just ran over my shit. Yeah, you want to have a good hop down. You don't have to hop super high, but you want to have a decent hop where you're comfortable with, and then you can start trying to spin. So like a lot of your first ones might look something like this, or maybe a little less degree, and you might, you know, be like, oh, why can't I get the whole spin around? And honestly, it's a very simple trick when you break it down. The main part of it is looking over your shoulder. Anyone you ask how to 180, the main thing they're gonna say is look over your shoulder the whole time. Don't like half look and then stop looking, because once you stop looking, that's where you're gonna land. So if you're only looking to 90 degrees, you're gonna land to 90. So you just have to, and you just have to commit. You have to tell yourself, like, I'm gonna stand the bike, I'm gonna keep my feet on, I'm gonna spin as hard as I can, and you will end up landing the 180. It's really not a hard trick. It's definitely a beginner trick, and it unlocks so much more. And yeah, just go out there, have fun, just learn at your own pace, you know. Like, everyone learns at different times. You just gotta put in the work. Like, you're only gonna learn something if you put in the work for it. I mean, everything I've learned, I've had to put in the work to, you know, get to where I am. So just go out there, have fun with your friends. It also helps like learning it with someone. When I was learning them, me and my good friend at the time, we were both learning 180s together. So like, I could watch him try it and like see what he's doing wrong, because it's a lot easier to like look at somebody else trying a trick and like notice what they're doing wrong. But then when you're doing it, you're like, I don't get what I'm doing wrong. So like, try to look at someone else do it, like in person, like one of your friends, maybe they can 180, and just try to watch it and break it down. But like, the best thing I can say is just get like a nice little carve, get that nice J-hop, and just look over your shoulder the whole time. And then once you land in the 180, then you just fakie back, and you don't even, you can just 180. I remember a couple times I would do 180s like kind of up like a bank, like a driveway type of thing, and like I would 180 and then I would just ride back forward. It's not like the cleanest thing, but if you're learning it, like, you can eventually then put the fakie into that, you know. So you just want to basically figure out the spin, figure out how to try to get it, and also like do like little 180s on a bank or on a quarter, and like, yeah, just I always always am looking over my shoulder when I spin. You just want to completely look the other way, and the bike will go with you. Do a little switch for one. I'll throw in a little hop 3 for you too. Not the cleanest, but. So yeah, I hope this was helpful. I hope you learned at least something, maybe a tip that you might not have thought of, or hopefully this just motivates you to go out and try to learn them. It's not gonna come, on the first try. BMX is definitely a hard sport. You have to work for everything that you learn. There's definitely tricks that might come easier for you, and there's always gonna be somebody that tricks come easy and they can learn fast. It's all about just your learning curve and how quick you can pick up on stuff. But if you have that motivation and you really want to learn certain tricks in BMX, like, you just got to put your mind to it and you'll be able to do it. So once again, thanks for watching. I appreciate anyone that watches these videos. Let me know if you want any other how-tos, and yeah, I'm out of here. Peace out.